Okay. 8, 24, 20. And we'll go with an essential question. How do I solve multi-step equations? How do I solve multi-step equations? All right, here we go. We're going to start off with a one-step equation. All right, first example here. We got x plus 4 equals negative 12. All right, remember when you're solving equations, you're trying to get the variable on one side all by itself, right? So in this case, the variable's on the left side by itself, so we're going to take this positive 4 and we're going to get it on the other side of the equal sign. That's one way of saying it. Or we're going to do the opposite of whatever's being done to the variable. So in this case, we're going to subtract 4 from each side. All right, these 4's go away. Your x falls down. And we got negative 12 minus 4. Anybody? Negative 12 minus 4. I know it's the first day. That'd make it negative 16. There you go. Negative 16. And you're done. Negative 16. Alright, and if we had something like m minus 3 is equal to negative 10. M minus 3 equal to negative 10. Anybody want to get involved? Maybe let me know what that first step might be there. Go ahead, Cameron. Add 3 to each side. Okay, so now we're going to add 3 to each side. Alright, these will cancel out. Your m is going to be equal to, we got negative 10 plus 3. Negative 10 plus 3. Yep. What's that? Anybody? Negative 7, good. Yeah, I mean, a good time to use a calculator if you need one. Now let's do something like there's a 2x and it's plus a 10 and it's equal to negative 20. All right, so this is where this multi-step comes in. Now we gotta do one more step. First thing is to get this variable by itself, this 2x. So we're gonna subtract 10 from each side. Alright, the 10's cancel on the left. Now the 2x comes down. So our 2x is equal to negative 20 minus 10. Negative 20 minus 10. You can use a calculator if you want to. That's a negative 30. And now since that variable is being multiplied by a 2, that's what 2x means. It means 2 times x. You're going to divide both sides by 2. Alright, the 2's on the left-hand side cancel. And this x is going to be equal to negative 15. Everybody alright with that? How about a 5m minus 15 is equal to 45? What we're going to do first here? Yep. Add the 15. Good. Alright, now these 15s on the left, they cancel each other out, and we bring down the 5m. And that's equal to 45 and 15. Come on. That's alright. That's alright. 60, good. What are you talking about up there? Got a question? Good. Be quiet then. What's next? You got 5m equals 60. Yep. You're going to divide both sides by 5. 5's cancel. And m equals 12. What if we get like a negative 8 is equal to 9 minus m? Well, this is where it gets, this is a one-step problem, but this is where it can get real confusing, okay? You've got a 9 minus m on this right-hand side. This minus sign is attached to the m. This 9 is a positive 9. Yeah, so to get the m by itself, you got to get, these two are connected. You got to get that by itself, and that's a positive 9. So you subtract 9 from each side. And this is so important. You got negative 8 minus 9, that's negative 17. And that minus sign that's connected to that m gets forgotten a lot. And people just drop the m. Alright? And they get the correct value as an answer, but it has the wrong sign in front of it. So you do that work and you get it wrong. You get 0 points for the problem. Alright? That's no bueno. So the minus m, the negative m, comes down. And now, anytime there's a negative in front of the variable, you divide by a negative. You just divide by negative 1. And negative 17 divided by negative 1 is positive 17. And negative m divided by negative 1, a negative divided by negative, it turns the m into a positive is what it does. This negative sign right here and this negative 1, they cancel each other out. And there's your answer. That makes sense? That's like if you're a note taker and you review your notes, this would be a spot to star your notes to make sure that you understand every step of that problem. Just like if we had 12 is equal to negative 6 minus x. Same type of problem, but this 6 is negative now, so we got to add 6 to each side. And look what we get. We get 18 equals, this goes away, it cancels out. This stays connected. Alright, this is negative x. Now, what's in front of that x? Anybody remember? There is a 1 written right here. There was a 1 in front of this m. But it's called implied. Anytime that there's a variable in a math problem, there's a 1 in front of it, but it doesn't get written. It's implied that you know that there's a 1 there. That's why right here we divided by negative 1. See, up here we divided by negative 2. Or we divided by 2 because there was a 2 in front of the x. Right here we divided by 5 because there was a 5 in front of the m. Alright? Right here we divided by negative 1 because there's a negative 1 in front of the m, but it's not written. It's implied. So over here, what do we divide by? We divide by negative 1 because there's a negative 1 in front of that x, but it's not written. So we divide by negative 1. makes the positive 18 a negative 18 because a positive divided by a negative is a negative. So we got negative 18 equals, this goes away. You're just left with the x. Right there. Alright, I'm going to give you a couple more examples here. Anybody got any questions? Let's do like negative 12 equals negative 1 minus, let's go with 6b. This is just another example. We're going to isolate the negative 6b, so we're going to add 1 to each side. Negative 12 plus 1. Good, negative 11. Now what comes down all of this, right? The negative 6b. Now, what are we going to divide both sides by? Negative 6 and negative 6. So look, this is algebra 2, which I'm going to try not for it to get really hard, because I'd like everybody to get a good grade and get your credits and get out of here. But you're going to get some weird answers in this class. You got to understand that fractions are they're just a number, okay? And I've had it happen so many times in the past where people get a fraction for an answer and they're like, oh, I must have done it wrong. I got a fraction for an answer. It's okay. It's okay. If you looked over your work and you're confident in your steps, it's okay to have a fraction as an answer. All right? So this negative 11 divided by negative 6, though, this is not the answer. It's not in simplest form. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. So this becomes 11/6. Your negative 6's, negative 6b divided by negative 6, they go away, and you're left with the b, and you're done. So 11/6 is equal to b. Just leave it. You know what I mean? It will, but if you take a calculator out, you divide. Does 6 go into 11 evenly? No. If you take 11 and you divide it by 6, you get 8. You get 1.83. It keeps going on. So just leave it as 11/6. That's an exact answer. Now, for example, if it was 12/6, you would simplify it, right? And make it 2. All right, so let's do one more of these. Negative 9 equals negative 3 minus 3y. We're going to add 10 to each side. Everybody agree with that? Good, good. Negative 9 plus 10. Your 10s cancel each other out. Your negative 3y comes down. You divide both sides by negative 3 now. On the left-hand side of the equal sign, we get negative 1/3. On the right-hand side of the equal sign, the negative 3's cancel each other out, and we're left with a positive y. Good? Okay, what I'm going to do now this is like going to be a typical day. The work is going to get harder, but we'll take notes, and then I'll give you practice problems. All right, so here's some practice problems for you to do today. You're going to just write these down. What I would do is probably however many lines your problem was taking in the notes, skip that many lines in your practice problems, you know what I mean? So you won't have to copy them again because they're too close to each other. So here's your 8, 24, 20, your practice problems. All right, here we go. Number 1. Now, I'm not going to skip space between the problems, but I want you to, so you won't have to rewrite them. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So there's your instructions. Complete these problems, and then sometime after class today, outside of school, check focus. There's going to be some questions on focus that relate to these problems. Probably 4 questions. The answer to number 2 is x equals 10. True or false? Question? Well, then you need to reset it here shortly once I'm done with this. You have to be able to get on focus. You have to be able to get on YouTube. That's how the class runs.